Okay, that's a bit loud. Jesus H. Christ. Turn it down even more. That's about right. Hang on, my cat's meowing. I gotta go give him some treats so that he leaves me alone to play my video games. Alright, give me a second. Hang on, let me... Okay, good. Give me 1 sec. And then we'll, start. Come on. Keep meowing. Give you some... Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Hi, everybody. Watch Overlord, if you haven't already watched it. Or Darker Than Black. It's also a good one. Darker Than Black is a really good one that not many people know about. Alright, so we are going to attempt to play Tarkov for the first time. And I'm probably going to get owned. So the first thing that I want to do is get an idea for how it's running while I'm streaming. Oh wow, I'm really using my GPU. Like, I'm using my GPU hard, man. Makes sense. This is why I have a GTX 2080 Super. Oh yeah, this is fine. This is totally fine. I'm not in an actual game right now, by the way, if you're wondering. I'm in an offline game with no AI. Just because I wanted to see how the game runs. Alright, game runs fine. Alright, so we are gonna go into our very first ever actual online game. It's gonna be a scav run. So really quick, let me just get out of Task Manager because Task Manager uses resources that it doesn't need to. Okay. Alright. The game is running really well, even while streaming, so that's good. It should look pretty good as well. I haven't done it. So I do have 400,000 rubles, so I could do stuff in my hideout. But at the same time, I don't actually know what I should be doing in my hideout, and there's so much shit that you could potentially do. So I'm just not going to touch that for now. The only reason I have anything is because this is the special edition. This is like the $150 version, so I got, as you can see, quite a bit of stuff. I mean, they always give you stuff to start with, but they give you like a lot of really decent stuff. But I'm not touching any of this. So there's two types of runs. For those of you who don't know about this game, there's two types of runs you do in this game. One, when you play the game, is a PMC. So this is your main character. So what that means is you go into an actual online game with this shit. Not this shit. This shit is your stash. But you go into an actual online game with this stuff. Which means if you die, you lose this stuff. But if you extract, then great. Benefit of this is that you get to pick what guns you're bringing in, and you can get really well prepared. But at the same time, if you die, you're also losing it. So it's higher risk, higher reward, potentially. Except for anything you put in here. So this is your container, I guess, is what it would be called. This is like a secure container. Anything you put in this small area, you do not lose. It's small, but it's good. Like, you're not going to be able to put most guns in there, but yeah, I mean, if you want to really... Oh, incompatible, then I guess not. I guess you can't put guns in there at all. Can you put, like, magazines? Okay. Can I put food if I really wanted to? No. Yeah, okay. You could put money in there. Interesting. So anyways, big thanks to Michi, Commander, from this chat and the Discord server. You know, Michi, one of my moderators. She purchased this game, and it wasn't her thing. So, she gave me this account, and she had purchased the $150 version, which is a nice little bonus, I would definitely say. But big thanks to Michi for giving me this. It's fucking amazing. So we are going to do our very first ever scav run. So that's what happens when you play as PMC. Now, when you play as scav, it gives you a random set of gear, as it says, a completely random set of, a random gun, random everything, and you pretty much go in, and it's the same thing pretty much as playing as PMC, except they give you random gear for free. The gear is almost always going to be worse than the gear that you yourself can buy or find and put in. But the bright side is that there's not really any risk. If you go into a scav run and you die, you're not losing any of your own stuff. You're losing what they gave you. However, at least right now, I can only do a scav run every 20 minutes. So I can't just spam scav runs. I can only do them every 20 minutes. I believe if you level up overall, or maybe if you level up some sort of skill, you can eventually do them faster, but I'm not 100%. Yes, you get to keep what you get in a scav run. So you get to keep whatever. If you go into a game and you extract, you get out, you get to keep whatever you looted. And that's true for both of these. The only difference is that as a PMC, you're risking your own stuff, but at the same time, you're probably going to be better prepared because you're bringing in decent stuff. As a scav, you have shittier stuff, but if you do manage to get a couple kills and loot some good shit and get out, well, now it's just all profit because you didn't risk anything and you got shit. So all right, there's also a bunch of stuff in the hideout I'm not even going to bother going into because it's just so much. There's trading with either AI, or once you hit level 10, you can trade with other players, like you can sell items and stuff. And Tarkov has its own fucking, like, economy, right? It has its own pretty much user economy, which is a really cool thing. I can't access that, but you get the idea. But that, for those of you unfamiliar with Tarkov, I'm also very unfamiliar with it, obviously, outside of watching a ton of Tarkov content and guides and all that shit, and trying to remember all I can. Like I said, I haven't played online yet. I played maybe 2 or 3 offline games with AI on medium difficulty, and it was a lot of fun. It's a very, very complicated game to play. It's extremely complicated. I mean, look at how many controls there are. You just need to look at how many controls there are, and you kind of can understand that this game is fucking tough. Like, it's hard to remember everything, but I feel like once you do, it's going to be really fun. But, I mean, I needed to sit in here and kind of figure out, okay, like, how do I go prone? Okay, going prone is X, crouching is C. There's leaning, there's changing your firing mode, like full auto or single shot. You need to check how much ammo you have left in a magazine. Most games will just tell you how much ammo you have. Not in this game. You need to check how much ammo you have in your magazine if you ever want to know, which again is another key, which is you need to press T and left alt. So you can see a lot of these require pressing more than one thing. Change scope, magnification, right mouse button plus left alt. Check ammo, T plus left alt. Check fire mode if you want to know whether or not you're on full auto or single shot. That's a B and at left alt. Check chamber, T and left shift. There's so much. There's so much. You play with a controller? Jesus fucking Christ, Phantom Boss. Of all the games that I would be like, how the fuck do people play that with the controller? This has to be out pretty far up there. Literally, how do you play with a controller? I have a keyboard and they run out of keys, so they have to make it so you have to press more than one. I do like the customization, though, because you can set 2 keys for all of these, and you get to set the press type for a lot of them. So, for example, if you want to, look down your sights, you can put press type at continuous, which means it's only while you hold down right-click that you're looking down the sights, and as soon as you let go, you'll no longer be looking off. Or if you just put press, as soon as you press right-click, they'll go up until you press it again. So it's pretty cool. There's just so much in this fucking game, and it's not even fully released yet. I don't understand. All right, so like I said, we are going to do our first ever scav run, because I am absolutely not doing a PMC run anytime soon, just because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I got some pretty decent stuff for the edition that I have. Like, nothing that's super good or anything, don't get me wrong, I know that, but I mean, there's some decent stuff that they give you that I really kind of don't want to use until I understand shit a little bit better. So I'm just gonna go ahead and not do that. So yeah, let's try it. Oh yeah, there's also insurance that you can purchase when you play online. So the way insurance works is you can pay some of your in-game currency to insure some of your items that you bring with you. So this only really works with PMC because you're bringing your own shit with you. But for example, if I go in and I can insure this gun and this armor, I can insure all of it or some of it, right? But when you insure it, pretty much what that means is if somebody kills you, right, but they don't take everything from your body, whatever you insured that they don't take, after about 2 days of real time, it will be returned to you. So if somebody was to kill me when I went in with this shit, but they didn't take, say, my headwear, after like 2 days, I would get this back if I insured it. So pretty much what I've gathered is you always want to be insuring stuff. Like, you pretty much always want to be insuring your shit, just because it doesn't cost a ton of money to insure your stuff, and a lot of the time it will end up paying for itself. It's worth the risk. So, yeah, you can't insure every single thing, but you can insure a lot of stuff, especially a lot of the more valuable stuff. Another thing with this game is that all of the guns in this game, which there are a lot of guns, but all of them are fully customizable. So what I mean by that is, let's look at this AK-74N. If I right-click and I go to inspect, you can see exactly what makes this gun. Like, you can see everything. Every piece of this gun. Every single piece is all put together to make this weapon, which also means that there's going to be a lot of modification options. So, yeah, there's kind of a lot. There's kind of a lot. And everything is going to affect something or another. So, yeah. It's kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. There's just so goddamn much. Now, while you're in-game, you have health, obviously, but you have health for each limb, kind of, including your stomach, thorax, and head. Thorax and head are the two most important. If these hit 0, you're pretty much completely fucked. If a leg goes down to 0 or is heavily damaged, if your leg goes down to 0, then it becomes what I'm pretty sure is called blackened. If you become blackened, if your leg is blackened out, then that you're gonna limp, right? You're gonna move a lot slower. Things like that. There's also status effects such as you can bleed, you can break something, or you can fracture something, and there's all different ways to deal with that. There's things like painkillers and morphine that you can take to kind of, let's say I have a blackened leg and I'm moving really slowly, but I need to move quickly in that moment. I can take a painkiller or inject morphine, and then I'll be able to work through the pain for some amount of time. You can see that morphine removes pain for duration 380 seconds, things like that, and it also removes hydration. So there's hydration and energy, pretty much food and water in a way. So there's things like that you can do about that. Things like blood pressure and things like that. There's also eventually going to be radiation and nuclear shit and shit like that. This stuff is not in the game right now, but eventually it will be. Yeah, if you take a lot of damage, I mean, taking a lot of damage is gonna fuck with a lot of processes in your body. It's gonna fuck with your hydration. It's gonna fuck with your energy. It's gonna fuck with how you move. It's a lot of things. This game is extremely, extremely complicated. I don't think there's anybody on Earth who would disagree with that. This is an extremely complicated game. It's not a pick up and play game. It takes, I'm guessing, a good bit of time to kind of understand enough that you can really play without, you know, racking your brain and stopping. And it's going to be tough, but I feel like this is also the kind of game where once you do understand it, it's going to be incredibly fun. Like, once you really have a good idea of what a lot of the important stuff does and how to play the game, I feel like once you learn that, however long that takes, and you can kind of just do a lot of it on the fly without thinking super hard about it, I feel like that's when this game is going to really shine. And I'm super excited for it. Another big part of the game is the hideout, which I kind of glossed over really quick, but there's a ton of shit you can do in your hideout. One of the cool and almost funny things that you can do in your hideout, you can create different ways to make passive income in this game. For example, and this is the funniest example, is you can actually mine bitcoins in Escape from Tarkov. They're bitcoins, like, in the game. They're not actual bitcoins. But, like, you can find graphics cards or buy them on the flea market or from vendors and stuff and create a Bitcoin mining rig with those graphics cards and slowly generate bitcoins, which you can then sell for in-game currency. Which I thought was just fucking hilarious that you can do that. But there's other stuff. I think you can make, like, a fucking moonshine distillery and sell shit like that. There's so much, and that's just one aspect of your hideout. I mean, there's so many. The hideout is a good progression system for Tarkov. I think the hideout is a big key part of Tarkov, in my opinion. So, coming from somebody who's not fucking played the game, the idea of the hideout is extremely attractive to me because it allows me to always be working towards a goal. So, for example, if I want to upgrade a certain part of my hideout, but I need a certain amount of money or something like that, I feel like I'm constantly working towards that. And that progress is always there. It's not progress that you can really lose, unless the game wipes, of course. But that doesn't happen often, but you get the idea. I really like that. I think that that's really cool. And then obviously there's a bunch of different skills, like a fuck ton of different skills that you can slowly level up. And leveling up will have different effects on certain things. There's some things in your hideout that you won't be able to do unless you have certain things leveled up here. Maybe you need to be level 4 strength to do something, things like that. And plus, there's also a lot of tasks, quests, in a way. Maybe one of the traders is going to request that you go onto a map and you get some item, or you do something on that map. So then you can go and raid and try to do that, and if you do it, then the quest is complete, and that has a whole host of benefits. So there's always something to do. It's not just go into raids, loot, sell, and get money just to have money, and that's the end of it. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do with that money. It's not just buy guns with that money just so you can get more money easier, right? Because I feel like a lot of games are like that. They're like, okay, go into the game, kill people, get money, use that money to get better guns, to help you kill more people, to get more money. And it's just that cycle, but there's really not that much progression with the money or anything like that. In Tarkov, it's a lot different because you can use that money in your hideout and things like that. And then you also have quests, so you're always working towards something, which I always thought was incredibly cool. Tarkov is a very realistic game, and when I say realistic, I mean when you're actually playing the game boots on the ground, your character doesn't know anything that you wouldn't know if you were actually standing there in their shoes. So, for example, in real life, you don't have a HUD with a constant compass above your head, right? You don't have that in Tarkov. You wouldn't know in real life exactly how many bullets you have at all times unless you keep count. Same thing in Tarkov, right? It's things like that. So you don't get hit markers in real life, right? When you shoot somebody, you don't get a hit marker. Same thing in Tarkov. You don't know whether or not that person got hit by your shot unless you see it hit them in the game. So it's very realistic like that, which is extremely attractive to me. Yeah. So that's everything I kind of know about Tarkov. Everything you just heard is coming from somebody who's never played the game before. Like, literally never played the game before. But all of that information, and I have a good bit more of information, but nothing that's super pertinent right now. But I've been, watching a lot of guides and videos and things like that just to kind of have an idea before I go in. I mean, I must have watched like a dozen hours of like content guides, things like that, just to know what I know now about the game. And that's before I even played it. So it's just kind of that kind of game. All right, let's do our first ever online game, Scav Run. Oh, I have no idea where extraction points are. So chat, there's two things that I'm probably going to need your help on. One, I'm probably going to need your help if I'm looting somebody and there's some sort of good item that I don't notice. Point that out to me, because I'm not going to know what's good and what's not for the most part yet. For two, extraction points. I have no idea where most of them are. I've only found like two on some of the maps that I tried out. I found the Crossroads one on Customs, and I found one in Factory. But I don't know where they are. So if I want to get out, like, you might have to like help me if you can. If you know where to go, please tell me. Kind of guide me there. It would help a lot. But no pressure really. If I die as a scav, I'm probably gonna die. Let's get real. I'm probably going to die. I'm brand new to the game and it's expected, and that's okay because I'm not gonna lose anything. So let's try it. So the question now is, where should I play? My favorite map so far would probably have to be Customs. I've only played so far on 3 maps, and remember, they were offline with just AI. I've played on Woods, I've played on Factory, and I've played on Customs. I haven't touched any other one. So what do you guys recommend? What do you guys recommend is probably one of the easier maps? I don't know, easier, but I guess easier to locate extractions, things like that, maybe. How was Woods? I thought Woods was pretty nice. I kind of like that it seems very open from what I played on it. There's a lot of open space, but there's also a good bit of cover. You could go underground, things like that. It was fun, I thought. I didn't mind it. I like Customs the most, though, because Customs has a lot of different types of areas. Has a lot of close quarters, medium quarters, long range stuff. It was fun. So what do you guys think? Somebody said Reserve, I think, at some point. I haven't done Reserve yet. I could try Reserve. Secret federal state reserve agency base that, according to urban legends, contains enough supplies to last for years. Food, medications, and other resources enough to survive an all-out nuclear war. Let's go for Reserve? Okay. I've never played on Reserve before, even once. So, You vape weak as fuck. I don't vape to blow clouds because people who do that are giant. Let's see, what word do I want to use that won't get me banned? Giant pussy boys. I think that's the best way. Look at my clouds, bruh. I vape for nicotine. That's it. I put the nicotine vapor inside of my lungs. I hold it for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then I exhale. The point is nicotine. If I wanted to look like a giant pussy boy, I would just go in the middle of a populated town, pull down my pants, spread my ass cheeks, and ask every male that walked by to fuck me. I could do that instead of caring about how big my clouds are on my vape. They're pretty much the same thing anyway. Here, let me blow a cloud for you. God, why would you do that? I don't know why. I got like 5% of the nicotine in that vapor. Hey, at least the open air now has some nicotine in it, and not my lungs, for some reason. Nah, don't worry about it yet, Nate. Alright, let's go. Probably go here. So there's 2 different, like, times you can kind of pick. This one should probably be what I want, so I'm gonna go there. Alright. Let's go. All right. Here we go. My first ever scav run. I'm gonna die. Give it 5 minutes. Guaranteed I'm dead in 5 minutes. Guaranteed I will kill nobody except for AI if I do kill anything. But I will definitely not extract. I will not survive. I will die. But that's okay, chat. I don't want any people who've played Tarkov for fucking dozens of hours fucking cringing at me, okay? I've never played it before. Starting a timer. As soon as I deploy, start a timer. Guaranteed I'm dead within 5 to 10 minutes. 10 minutes would be the amount of time it would take if I play more cautiously, which I probably will. I have this habit where whenever I start playing a game like this, like for the first couple hours, I'm always extremely like cautious and not moving very much, and it's not good. I'm going to try to be not overtly aggressive, but I'm going to try to move. I mean, you need to be constantly moving for the most part in this game. But yeah, oh, I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked, dude. I've never played an online game match, dude. I'm so fucked. This is online. This is going to be with other people and AI. That's how Tarkov is. On all Tarkov maps, there are AI, there's CPUs, and there's also real players. But this is a scav run, which means I'm not bringing any of my own gear into the game. The game is going to give me a random set of gear, so random gun, things like that. And any loot I can get, if I manage to get out, it's mine. But at the same time, if I die, I'm not losing anything. So. So I don't even know where to go as soon as I spawn. I guess I'm just going to kind of look around for PvP, because I don't know. Remember, I don't know any of these maps. And it's not like a lot of games where you could just check a map for the most part. There is no map. At least I don't have the map for this place. And even if you do have it, it doesn't help you for the most part. There's a lot of user-created maps that are a lot better. Yeah, it has nothing to do with graphic settings or anything. The game legitimately just crashed. But it has nothing to do with settings. Like I said, I played multiple games with AI on the map, and it was totally fine. So that was just a random crash. And I also did a test as soon as I started the stream on a map with AI, and it was fine. So it's not that. It was just a random crash. I have a 2080 Super. I'm not too worried. All right, let's try that again. Hopefully that did not count as my scav run, because if it makes me wait 20 minutes to go into a scav run, I'm going to be really pissed. Like, I'm going to be genuinely angry. I don't know if you guys can see the game or if I'm going to have to re-add the source into OBS. Can you guys see this loading screen right now? Main menu screen now? You see it? Okay. So I don't have to touch it then. I'm going to go into OBS anyway really quick because I need to hide preview. Okay. Alright. It better not have counted for my scav run. I mean, it shouldn't have, right? But then again, it was a game crash, so who knows? Character's still in the raid, what? Oh, that's not good. It fucking deployed me. It deployed me into the game, and then it kicks me out. That's epic, dude. So my guy is what, just standing there right now? I'm gonna load in and just get shot. I really hope it doesn't crash again, because if it does, I genuinely don't know why it would. Like, it can't be related to settings, because the game didn't even load. Like, if I was in the game, and then it was, like, laggy for, like, 2 seconds, and then it kicked me, then I'd be like, okay, it could be related to graphic settings, somehow. But I wasn't even in the game. It didn't even have to use any of my GPU because it wasn't showing nothing but a menu, you know? I gotta put this on my main SSD. Yeah, you await that session start, boy. Oh. Oh, I'm in. But it's lagging. Oh my god, is it lagging? Why? Why is it so bad? I was just playing the game, and it was fine. Dude, the main menu is lagging. What the fuck is wrong? Jesus Christ. Why? Hang on a second. X. X, go prone. X can give it to you. Come on. Okay, I literally can't play like that. Why is this happening? Yeah, stop the timer for now. This doesn't count. Of course, they will be applied. Oh god, somebody's... Oh no, that's just shooting. Okay, it's okay. It's okay, put on VSync. I don't know. VSync was already off. Oh no. I'm fucked. I'm so dead. Why is it doing this? Why? I was literally just playing the full game with AI while streaming it, and it was fine. Why is it doing this now? Literally, why? I don't know what to do. Oh, let me check Task Manager. See what's getting hit here. Is it RAM related? Nothing. Tarkov is not properly using my GPU, I don't think. My GPU is at 30%. My CPU is at 40%. My RAM is at 70%, 80%, 82%. Oh, my RAM just keeps going up. What? Old GeForce Experience version? What? What? Does it have to do with NVIDIA? Do I need to update my drivers or something? No, I don't remember updating my drivers recently. Is that what it's telling me to do? Why is it only doing this now that I'm playing online? It didn't do any of this when I was playing offline. It was totally fine when I was offline. And it's not like I was just playing offline with, like, no characters on the map. It was AI. I'm still in the raid. I guess I'll just stay in the raid until I figure this out, right? Like, what else to do? Driver update came out 4 days ago? Okay, then I'm gonna have to do that then. Should I just leave the raid at this? I should just leave the raid. I think the smart thing to do is leave the raid so that the 20-minute timer starts now. I think I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, it's not gonna be fast enough anyway. I can only reconnect for a limited time. That's actually really annoying. I'm gonna have to wait 20 minutes now. That's okay. We'll play offline while we wait. But I mean, I gotta stop the stream to update my GPU driver apparently anyway. Like I said, I have a 2080 Super, and the OBS encoder I'm using is NVIDIA, so it's GPU based, not CPU based. Like, my CPU's barely being hit, so I knew something was up when I saw that Tarkov was only using like 10% of my CPU or my GPU, because in testing it was using like 70%, which is normal. All right, I'm gonna have to wait, right? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Timer starts now, at least. All right, GeForce Experience. I guess I'm gonna have to update that. What did that message say again? I just want to look it up really quick and make sure that's what that means. Let me check really quick. Disallowed program running. Old GeForce Experience version. Okay, let me check that. The old GeForce Experience version. Here it is. People talking about it 2 days ago on Reddit, actually. Did you update your drivers or the actual GeForce application? Try a clean install. Something to do with GeForce filters or whatever they're called that aren't allowed anymore. Somebody has reinstalled the game, updated their drivers, and they can't figure it out. This was 2 days ago. People started talking about this. That's not good, actually. Alright, I guess I'll try to update this really quick. Let me open up GeForce Experience. It's really annoying that this shit has to happen now and not when I was doing all of my testing. Alright, GeForce Experience is updating right now. And then I'm gonna check for driver updates as well. With those two things updated, I'd have to imagine it's fine. Okay. Need to log in to NVIDIA in order to do anything? Why, dude? Why? There, I logged in. Fucker. Okay. Drivers. Release date 6/24. GeForce Game Ready driver. Okay. So the driver version I have is version 441.41, which was released April 15th. And this version is 451.48, release date June 24th, so 4 days ago. All right. We'll download that. I have gigabit internet, so this should be fast. Oh, unless it decides to... Oh, nope, never mind. There it goes. Ooh, their servers are good. NVIDIA's servers are yummy. Can actually handle my my internet. It downloaded at over 50 megabytes a second. That isn't my full speed, but still, that's yummy. It's already downloaded. I'm probably gonna have to restart my computer though. So I think it's probably a good time to cut the stream. I'm gonna change the title to just Tarkov test stream. And that'll be the title of what we just did. Okay. I'm gonna cut the stream while I install these drivers because I'm gonna have to restart my computer. I will be back in a couple minutes, guys, and then we'll actually play Tarkov, okay? Sorry about this. I don't know this is gonna happen. I guess it only complains if you're playing online, but it doesn't care if you're doing it on the offline mode, so whatever. Alright, be right back.